Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy So in case you ain't know so, and welcome back to another dope episode of Sports with So coming to you live, y'all. This week, the Heat try to keep their momentum going after the All-Star break. The Panthers are kicking ass and taking names, and we got an amazing UFC weekend. It's time to take a ride, y'all. Let's go! Yo, I didn't even notice, but did you put that Panthers hat on purpose?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw you have your Panthers shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be appropriate for the show. Why not?
Yeah. No doubt.
And they're
no
on fire right now.
They're
About to set records and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the squad that's definitely on the up and up. You know what I mean? Definitely on the up and up.
Definitely one to watch. Definitely one I'm excited to talk about today.
Absolutely.
But how are you, my good sir?
I'm doing well, man. Got a chance to play golf this weekend. It wasn't great. Had one good shot all weekend.
One that keeps you coming back.
The one that keeps you coming back, and then everything else after that went to shit. You know how it goes. But honestly, it felt good to get out there because it's been a while, and just continue to keep working on my game, right? In preparation for the Miami Golf Bros Open 2024, which is going to be amazing. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. We got the second pairing for the second day out.
We're doing things, bro. We're doing things.
And the boys are talking.
Yeah,
the boys are talking. That's my favorite part about this shit, honestly, dog. All the matchups, the shit talking, the trash talking, the side bets, like everybody trying to one-up each other on the golf course.
It's going to be a good old time.
You're going to see some hero shots, right? And you're going to see some zero shots. A lot more zero shots, but you're going to see some hero shots as well.
No doubt about that. But yeah, that's what makes the Ryder Cup format so nice. This is your first Ryder Cup.
First one.
Because your first year was last year. We did the individual tournament.
The open format.
This year, we're going to go back to the Ryder Cup. So we got teams and we got different formats for every day and points and all that good stuff, just like the Ryder Cup, if you know what that's like. So,
absolutely, man.
Here's a twist for you. I don't know if you know this.
What's that?
How we're going to do the last day's pairings.
Talk to me, slime.
So the last day is going to be Ryder Cup style.
Okay.
And how do they do that? Well, each captain is going to blindly come up with a list 1 through 12 of their guys that they want to go out. And then once they both have their list, they're going to compare them. And one's going to go at 1, 2 with 2, 3 with 3, and so on.
That's going to be fucking dope.
We don't know where everybody's going to end up and why.
No, absolutely not, which makes the third day unpredictable, right?
That happens the Saturday.
That's Saturday, right?
Yeah,
so
right before.
But so you'll have an idea of like who's playing well, who's not playing well. You know what I mean? Like, you know who's kind of in that area where you're like, damn, this guy's actually putting really well. He won the fucking putting competition on Saturday, or he finished in the top 3. Maybe I put this guy in 6. You know what I mean? And see what my matchup is there. Right? This guy sucks, dog. I'm gonna put this guy at 14.
Last.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like,
I'm gonna put him first, or depending on how you're sitting going into Sunday.
Yeah, man. So a lot of strategy going into that, and all of that with real live data, dog. So that's what I'm saying is you can't pick or predict what you're gonna try to line up on that day.
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be fun. Speaking of excitement, my boy, let's talk about the excitement of that new driver you got back there, dog.
I don't even want to bring it on camera, though. They don't want the smoke.
Nobody wants that
Literally.
smoke. Literally. You were not gonna. I'm not gonna say you were a Titleist guy or a TaylorMade guy. You know what I mean? But your bag's your bag, right?
Sure.
You went to go get fitted. How was that experience for you? And talk to me a little bit about what made you decide to go with the smoke, man. The Callaway smoke.
I mean, yeah, you said it. I went and got fitted. And I got fitted for whatever driver was the best, quote unquote, for me as far as how my swing is and how fast I swing the club and all that stuff. And I tried a few different ones, bro. I tried, Strixon and TaylorMade and Ping. And the best one that I hit was this one as far as the misses. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I hit it well. Like I hit good shots with the other ones as well. But then the misses, the variation in shots was greater with the other ones. This one was a lot. Like everything was just more in play. There wasn't anything that was like a crazy, like straight to the left shot or straight to the right. Like everything was right in front of me. Yeah, might not got all the distance on something, but I was keeping it all in play. And that's what I'm looking for, bro.
That's what's up.
Because I know when I hit it well, I can catch it.
Right.
I can send it far. But it's a matter of,
how often
when I don't catch it well, where is it gonna go?
Right. No, I hear you, dog. And you know what, Joel? I think that's what a lot of people have. issues with when they're learning the game of golf or trying to get into golf or any sport really, right? You get attracted to a name brand. You get attracted to like an athlete who wears the same shit, and you're like, oh, maybe that's the lane I wanna follow. But
I still do that.
Yeah, but still, dog, like
certain people maybe want to buy their stuff.
Let me give you a good example. You and I are Nike hardcore when it comes to shoes, right? Like we talk about shoes all the time.
Are we though?
Until we got into that conversation when we were at BKFC 57 and we were going over the On Clouds, right? And we were like, yo, this is definitely a work shoe. Like we gotta wear, it's classy enough that we can wear it at night and blah, 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 blah. But again, we're tailoring what we're wearing or what our equipment is, right? To what works best for what we need it to work for.
Of course.
You know, and that's part of it. And that's part of it, dog.
Yeah, but I like it, man, and everybody else does too. Because Frankie, I let Frankie hit it at the day that we played on Saturday at the tournament.
He's gonna go buy one.
He's looking to buy one, and then Tony, who didn't even hit it well, was just like, bro, this thing is so nice, I want to buy it. This is no free ads. Like I paid full price.
Is this the same Tony that is spending all his money on pickleball now instead of wow? Look at that. We're bringing him back.
You don't got to pay to play pickleball.
We're bringing him back. We're bringing him back to the fold.
No, he's always big on having like the best stuff, and he sees it like Frankie immediately was like even spec'd out to me kind of similar swing speeds, even though we're different swings, and he was able to hit that and control his fade like he likes to,
Dope. Good for him,
Tony
man.
Just likes the way that it looks. I mean, it looks,
badass. It looks badass. It's actually one of their better looking drivers. It's not the best looking driver that came out, in my opinion,
this year.
Yeah, I really like I really like what Ping did with their blacked out and the design and how it looks and whatnot. It looks very different.
The Ping or the Cobra?
No, the Ping.
Cobra did a blackout.
The Cobra did a blackout too. I like that one. And who's the other one? I don't know if it was PXG or something.
I don't like the TaylorMade QI10.
No, I don't like it. I didn't like how it looks.
I feel like they took a step back from the stealth or whatever.
Yeah,
like
a huge step back.
I don't love what they did there.
The stealth looked badass, and this one looks a little bit more computer program.
Yeah,
let's
but
say
this will be it for 10 months, bro.
That's it.
And there's going to be a whole new series and list and all that stuff. So,
bro, look, my Rogue went from being brand new.
Yeah, good luck getting $100 for that thing now.
You know what I mean? And that's staying in the bag forever.
Nah,
shout out to the father-in-law.
Just like I look at mine, bro. Like, yeah, it was expensive, but I feel like I'm gonna have this driver for the next 5 years.
It's forever, bro.
So,
and the way that they're making them,
I'm gonna have it for a long time. But I'm gonna use it actively for the next 5 years until something comes out where I don't even have to swing the club; it just hits the ball for me. And
they have those out there, but we're not trying to use those.
Those are not there yet. Those are still in the early stages of development.
For sure. When we were talking about equipment and having the right equipment, it really brought me to the Heat, and it made me wonder how the pieces are fitting right now that we've put in place in order to maximize potential, right? And maximize what this team can do. They took a great momentum heading into All-Star break, right? They had won 4 out of the last 5 games and really shown that defensively they can be on par or if not better than most teams in the NBA, which is, if you're a Heat fan, you really want to stand on your defense and you really want to see games where you're not giving up 100 points or you're not giving up 120 points, right? Like those are the things you want to look at. Now that the All-Star break is over, right? I'm wondering if the lights have finally clicked on for some of the key players here. And I mean key players in the sense of the supporting cast, because when we were talking about it last week, Joel, we mentioned that we weren't really getting the same support that we had in previous seasons from certain guys, right? We can look at Duncan. He's had really good stretches this year, but then there have been times where he's disappeared. Caleb coming back from injury to start the season hasn't really hit his stride yet, right? Where we're looking at Caleb and we're like, damn, dog, this dude is putting up 16 points every night. No problems, right? Another guy, Josh Richardson, he's had those 2 blowout games. And then
he got hurt,
hasn't really came back. Rozier, before he got hurt, was like on the same path where he was slowly starting to get into the rhythm of what it takes to be a Heat, right? But the support from the bench wasn't there. Yeah, you had Bam averaging 20 points, but it was a quiet 20 points. You have Tyler Hero shooting his way to 20 points a game, right? Jimmy doing his thing, averaging 24 points. But that was it. That was all that you were getting. When these guys started to make that run before the All-Star break, we saw that build up, right? We saw good games from Duncan. We saw good games from Josh Richardson. We saw good games from Caleb Martin. And even Kevin Love and Highsmith, right? Those guys are coming in and putting in good efforts in the small minutes that they're playing. They may not make the rotation when it comes to the playoffs, but those guys are helping us win games right now, which is my biggest thing for this team. This team needed to find ways to win games with what we got, right? Because it wasn't going to change. We weren't going to make a big-ass trade. We weren't going to make a superstar trade. We knew that we had to maximize whatever potential we had with the team that we got. Now, that doesn't mean that Rozier's not a home run. He can turn into a home run, right? And I think that he will come good because he like I said, before he got hurt, he was averaging more and more points, right, per game. This team has figured out ways to win, and it's been on the defensive side. If they do that, then these last 30, 25 plus games that they have remaining,
27, I think it is,
could be what makes the difference from them being that 8th seed to that 6th seed. Because I feel like with Embiid going down, the Knicks losing OG for a while, Cleveland, sputtering a little bit. There are games to be had and games to be earned, right? Or let's say gained, right? There are games to be gained as far as positioning goes when we face these teams coming up.
Yeah, we're only a half a game behind the Pacers right now, who are sitting at 31-25. We're at 30-25. And then the Sixers were 2.5 games behind, who are in the 5th spot. And then we're 3 games behind the Knicks in the 4th. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. 27 games left. What do we have to go? If we went in the first, 55 games, we went 30-25. What do we got to go in the last 27 games to get to where we want to be?
Here's the hope. The hope is we find a way to win 19 games.
I was going to say 17.
The hope is we find a way to win 19 games.
19-8.
If we can go out there and find 17, get 17 wins, then we're definitely going to put ourselves in that 4, 5, 6 range. And that's the key to the season. That's the key to the playoffs. You don't want to be in that fucking 8th seed. You don't want to be in that playoff.
Not again.
You don't want that, dog.
Nah.
Because this team, bro, it's just harder to do, dog. And why are we going to make it hard on ourselves when we know that we've already invested everything that we got into this fucking team? So we need this team to come good as is. How do we do that? Maximizing what we got. How do we do that? Win games on the defensive end first. And that's what we've been doing lately, dog. We've been those last 5 wins, our opponents have scored 104 points, 97. The one loss was to Boston, and it was pretty close, 110-106. Before that, San Antonio, 104. Before that, Orlando, 95. So that's it right there. The average NBA game is 110-115, some shit like that. So if you're holding those teams under that average or keeping them to as close as you can to 100, you're really giving yourself a shot. But now, when we try to get into those battles where it's like shoot the ball, shoot the ball, shoot the ball, shoot the ball, bro, that shit's not going to work for this team because we're not consistent when it comes to shooting. We're not consistent when it comes to offense. There are times in any game, whether we win them or not, right? There's only been that one dominant game from start to finish recently, which was the Orlando game. But every other game there's a little dry spell. There's a 4 to 5 minute dry spell where nothing falls down for the Heat. Everything else falls down for the opponent, dog. It just happens.
Yeah, that's what gets us in trouble.
And that's what
gets you in the playoffs.
Right, but that's who we are on offense, right? Like that shit ain't changing. Like what's coming into what can happen miraculously for that shit to change right now? Nothing, dog.
That's why the defense needed to improve, like it has been.
Yeah, dog. And it's look, that's what makes those 2 injuries really hurt, right? Richardson and Rozier. Rozier because he's probably a little bit faster, quicker, younger, you know what I mean, than Jay Rich. Jay Rich probably relies on just knowledge and on his defense and being in the right spot and being a very savvy veteran, kind of like Mario Chalmers, right? Just being long and knowing how to defend. But I really thought that Rozier was the key to certain matchups, especially against the Knicks, right? Where they have Brunson. And last year, that guy cooked us. I'm confident to say that, yeah, Rozier's not going to shut this guy down, right? And that guy's an all-star. You got to give him his respect. You're not going to shut him down, but he's going to make it hard for him.
Of course.
He's going to exhaust him. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to get him back on offense every now and then, right? And really make this dude work. So by the time he comes to the 4th quarter under 8 minutes, his legs are a lot more tired than what it would be, especially in a game 5, 6, 7, or whatever, right? That's what I was kind of most disgruntled about when we lost Rozier, right? And maybe you can check on his status, but we really need this guy back ASAP because I think he holds a defensive key, right? Where it's a guy who we can put in that guard position, right, next to Tyler Hero and have him overcome Hero's defensive weaknesses. And know this to Hero, right? Because he's really put forth the effort this year to play a lot more defensively and be more of a defender. But let's be honest, he's going to get cooked more often than not, right? Because it's not his strong suit. But when you have Rozier there and you can switch and you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're running pick and rolls and you can not have to worry about sending another defender to come up and take that third pass away. Yeah, man. I think that's where Rozier's presence is going to be felt the most, man, on that defensive end. And he's such a solid addition that we've got this year because I think that he fits our mold. He fits that grittiness. He fits that I'm not necessarily here to be a superstar. I'm here to contribute my 15, 17 points a game, play some defense, lock it down, and let's win some basketball games. And as long as he can do that when he comes back, we'll see. We'll see how far this team can go.
We'll have to see. It said he was scheduled to have an MRI today, so I'm sure that happened already. I just don't know if that hasn't been made public. I'm still doing a little research.
Let's see. Right now, it's going to be a tough test because, you know, the Heat, like I said, coming off this All-Star break, they're going to find a very tough road stretch. 4 straight games on the road. They're going to be playing in New Orleans, playing in Sacramento, playing in Portland, and playing in Denver all of this week. Not going to be easy. You know, not going to be easy, those 4 games that are coming up. But they do have this time, right, to get their mind right, practice, maybe get a little bit more healthier, figure out some defensive game plans for our next coming opponents so we can get a 3-game, 4-game winning streak, possibly a 3-game winning streak going into Denver and come away with some victories, right, and put ourselves in a position where we can not necessarily be in the passenger seat. We don't have to be in the driver's seat, but we got a hand on the wheel, right? We got a hand on the wheel, and that's more than enough for the Miami Heat. I don't know, man.
Rozier is week to week.
I bet.
There's nothing real like update or anything like that for him. Yeah,
of course not. Miami Heat aren't going to say shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is an important piece, but there is somebody else that we just signed or something. Didn't we just add another player where somebody cut him or like bought him out and like then we signed him?
Well, yeah, he was playing in Brooklyn last year. Try to find his name for me. I think it starts with a K, last name Morales, something like that.
DeLon Wright?
Yes, DeLon Wright. So he was playing in Brooklyn, right? And he played significant there last year, was averaging a good amount of points. I think it was averaging like 7 points or some shit like that per game for them. And for one reason or another, it didn't work out with them, ended up getting cut. And we ended up signing him to the G League. And then when he was with our G League, we were like, hey, it's time to promote this guy. He's been balling out there. I think he dropped like 50-something points the night before or 40-something points the night before we signed him. He made it official and said we were going to call him up.
I'm looking at it right now, the write-up on NBA.com. Wright, a 9-year NBA veteran, has appeared in 494 career games, averaged 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 20 minutes while shooting 45% from the field and 80% from the foul line. The former first-round draft pick, 20th overall in 2015, has totaled 337 steals off the bench.
All ACC player of the year in his final year.
Most in the NBA by any reserve over that span.
Yeah, he won all ACC honors, was the ACC player of the year in his final year in college.
Oh, additionally, Wright's older brother, Darrell, was drafted by the Heat in the first round in the 2004 draft.
But he still got to be.
That's Darrell Wright's brother, dog. No wonder he looked familiar.
No, man, that shit, dog, that shit has, honestly, it really has nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. That
no,
has a
it doesn't.
Pedigree, bro.
Get out of here.
The Wright brothers, dog. This boy's about to take flight,
come
homie.
on, man. Come on.
Nah, I mean, well, you never know, bro. We need depth. We always talk about depth. Hopefully, he can bring that. He seems like a veteran that's a role player that can fit that.
He can score the ball. He can score. He can shoot efficiently, right? So he's not gonna go out there and chuck it up and go 2 of 10 in 10 minutes, right? He's not gonna do that. And he's a guy who's willing to defend.
Yeah.
That's important right now.
Huge.
It's important right now because I really do think that the identity of this Miami Heat team has gone from trying to figure it out on offense, trying to put players in the right position, to saying, fuck that, we're just going to play defense. Everybody here play defense and rebound, and we'll score whenever we can. And if we get on the break, even better, dog. Everybody go. Because at this point, what are we going to do to ourselves here? You know what I mean? Like, are we really going to try to force the 3-ball into here? Are we really going to try to force Bam to play in the post? Hell no, dog. Like, we're not switching shit up. Let's focus on defense. It's been working for us, and we'll go from there. Yeah. And we try to win games.
Yeah. Speaking of defense.
What's up?
Or lack thereof, did you watch the All-Star game?
I did. I did watch it.
What were your thoughts?
Bro, I only watched up until like halftime and third quarter, a little bit. Once it got to 10 o'clock, I'm going to me. I got to work out at 5.
How about all the other events and stuff this weekend?
I enjoyed it. I was going to say that. I enjoyed it because what I really liked the most out of the entire weekend was the skills competition. The way that they switched it up was pretty dope. Now, what I didn't like is the effort. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I feel like us putting NBA players there is not the right move. It's not the right move because at the end of the day, those guys don't really give a fuck. They're out there to have fun. They're out there to, blow some steam, and that's it. You had Anthony Edwards shooting threes left-handed, dog. Like, some of the guys were running the wrong way when it clearly shows you on this LED court which direction to run. You look like a fool, dog. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, how'd you feel about the court?
I liked it. It was cool.
Some people were opposed to the court.
I know, bro, but you got to think about how technology is, right? And what media is transitioning to, right? Like even us, we do a video medium now, right? Like, so we try to make everything as dynamic as possible for the viewer.
Visually appealing.
They're going to do the same thing, right? Where the court is being looked on and you're like, oh, yeah, that shit's pretty cool. Though. You can see the guy running. Like Jaquez has an amazing picture, right? Where he's dunking in the hat, in the Miami La Cortura hat, right? With the Mexican flag on the court. He's backwards, dunking, right? And the flame is coming off from where he just ran and jumped.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
I liked it for the purposes of what it was. Like the Celebrity All-Star Weekend is like, with the celebrities, and all that. Like, it's supposed to be a show and all that. The theatrics. I thought it was perfectly appropriate for something like that. And that was a dope-ass shot. And then he jumped over Shaq.
Come on, dude. How the fuck did they not give this guy a 49, dog? They obviously heat bias yet again showing itself.
Always.
As always.
That's why Dwayne Wade looked out a couple years ago.
Absolutely, dog. That guy's an OG. You know what I mean?
I'm going to score Aaron Gordon with the wrong score here.
Absolutely, dog. Absolutely. But yeah, I think the festivities were good, but I think that they need to take that. I think that they need to take that away from the players and possibly highlight bench players. Yeah, you're an all-star. You got voted to all-star. Great. Sit down, dog. Hey, bring all these rookies in here. Bring all these second-year players. Bring all these players who are, leading the league in assists. Maybe top 5 in assists. And you know what I'm saying? Have him do the skills competition and pass and stuff like that. Because they did make it kind of cool. They had the targets moving back and forth. They had the dribble through, right? What you couldn't dunk and you had to lay it up. Like, again, they tried to make the skills competition more skill-ish. Just put skilled players in there that want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing. And even in the game, dog, like...
my biggest gripe,
you have no effort.
I think is, a consensus, a collective consensus for anybody that watches it. It's just boring to watch the All-Star game and, 200 to 220 or whatever it ends up being, 300 to 350. Like,
right.
There's no defense. It's just everybody's letting everybody get by. And it's like, you guys are the best... arguably at this time, at any given time, if you're in the All-Star game, you're the best at that moment in time. So the fans, what they really want is the greatest pickup game ever. I was scrolling through Instagram and I forgot who was the one that's saying that, who has the
Kobe,
clip.
dog.
Oh, it's Kobe. It was the Kobe clip. Like that's what you want. Like, it's like the best pickup game at that time. And why won't they give us that? Because they're gonna get hurt and because their teams have them right. Like, make their insurance for the teams to feel better and then make the players like really play for it. Like, yo, we're going to put $1 million on the line for each of you.
This is the problem for me, right? You at some portion, whoever is paying for the ads and the sponsorships and shit like that on that court is not getting their money's worth, dog. If I'm Sprite, I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pissed. If I'm that
like this for years, though.
Years, dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Imagine, dog, you're spending mad money to advertise and sponsor this event, and these guys don't give a fuck about it. That's whack. That's whack. You need to find a way to incentivize this game. And again, Don't give it. You know what? You got the honor of being a 12 fucking time NBA All-Star. Cool. Great. Are you going to play in the game? Because if not, we're going to give that spot to somebody else. We're going to give that to that 6-year player who's having a hell of a year, Halliburton. That guy's an all-star, dog. He went out there and shot and played. And he tried to make threes. He tried to do his thing. Obviously, it's his home court and all that, but still, that's a dude who wants to make the most of his opportunity. LeBron is probably the only one out there really giving a damn. Because, you know, LeBron doesn't want to lose. Everybody else is like, I'm okay. You know, RIP Kobe, but if he was playing in that game, imagine, dog. You'd be like, bro, I'm trying to block your shit. I'm not trying to let you shoot a 3 here in my face because we got 20,000 fans in the arena. Fuck that.
I gotta let you shoot a wide open jumper.
They got to find a way to bring that back. Or if not, get rid of the All-Star game. Get rid of the All-Star game.
Sure, if you're not going to like have a real one.
Because I don't need Bam out there, dog, playing in that bullshit game. I'd rather have Bam at the crib chilling. You know what I mean? Like Hawkins, I don't even mind him being in the dunk contest because, hey, 3 dunks, damn, you didn't 2 dunks and you didn't even make the first cut. Jump on that plane, Poppy, come back home. Get ready for this road trip, right? Same thing with Bam. Hey, Chico, come back home. Let's get ready for this road trip. That's the way I would see it, dog. That's the way I would see it. Yeah, man. That's, you know, enough about the Heat, enough about All-Star break. Those boys have gotten...
It's over. Second half of the season.
Second half of the season is on. They know what they got to do.
We got to turn it up.
They know what they got to do, dog. Because they got to catch up to the Panthers. Lil bro is stepping up.
Yeah.
Lil bro is stepping up.
Today, you know what I mean? We got the merch on because
Lil bro is stepping up. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. Holla. Riding a 5-game winning streak. Holla. You know what I mean? And then again, just keeping the pressure on the teams ahead of them. They're currently 1 point behind Boston. They're not playing tonight. They're going to be playing by the time you guys are hearing this. But Panthers are right there, dude. Panthers are right there. They're literally 4 points away from being the number 1 team in the entire NHL, which is where we honestly expected them to be and where they should be competing with the team that they have, dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And now it's becoming more of a team effort. Before, I felt like Sam Reinhart was the guy carrying this team, but now we got Kachuk scoring, Lundqvist is scoring. You know, we got Forsling contributing a couple of goals, Cousins contributing a couple of goals. Like the rest of the guys on the second and third tiers are the guys that are throwing in an assist, throwing in a goal, throwing in a secondary assist. And that's the shit that helps the guys at the top line, right, continue to contribute and say, damn, now I got this extra support to stand on. My goal means that much more. My assists mean that much more because these guys already gave us one. Now I'm just multiplying and adding on top of it. And look, let's be honest, bro. We really needed this team to dominate. We really wanted this team to make runs and be like, yo, you got to give us the same vibes that you've given us for the last 3 years. Because more consistently than the Heat or any other franchise that we've had down here, let's be honest, this Panthers franchise has been the most accustomed to winning throughout a regular season. The Dolphins are just catching up, right? The Dolphins are just catching up, but the Panthers were putting up games and winning trophies and coming in first and doing all of that, right? So now when it was getting rocky at the end of last year and kind of rocky to the beginning of this season, it was like, wait a second. You guys can't be the franchise that has been that consistent and now you want to fall off when we're this close to winning the Stanley Cup. We need you guys to step up, and they've taken on that challenge. Last 3 games, right? 5-2, 4-0, 9-2. Yeah, the scoring is great, but look at the amount of goals they're giving up. 4 goals, 3 games. In a league that is designed to allow goals, right? These guys have really put the pressure on themselves to be a full unit. What we needed to see from this team as a Panthers fan was better defense translated into the offense, because that's the way it works for this Panthers team. Other teams, they work backwards or they try to play through the middle. It doesn't work like that. When the Panthers hunker down on defense, they have guys that they can just push the puck out to the center ice. Those guys are going to skate 15, 20 miles per hour, get the puck, probably create a breakaway, maybe get a 2-on-1, something like that, and score goals. And we've been taking advantage of the power play this year, which is a huge X factor in hockey, right? That we've noticed that the Panthers team has lacked before.
Yeah, we definitely have gotten ourselves in trouble in the power play. Both aspects, like not defending it well, letting too many opportunities, or just not capitalizing on our own.
Yeah.
I don't know which one sucks more, whenever I guess when you don't capitalize on your own power play.
Absolutely, dog.
And that's what our gripe has always been with the Panthers, but they're executing and they're dominating right now, bro.
Dominating.
You talk about these last couple performances, bro, and then one of them, against the in-state rival and the Lightning, bro. That was a huge game for us, dog.
We needed
9-2.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed
9-2 against the Lightning.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Stanley Cup winning multiple times Tampa Bay Lightning,
A couple
right?
years ago, bro, like that would have been a dogfight. I don't think we ever would have put up 9 goals on the Lightning a couple years ago, dog.
No. And look, Tampa Bay has had a rough season this year, right?
They have.
But still, those guys in their minds and on the record books, when it comes to the important games, those guys have owned us. Right? So for us to go out there and be able to take that mental edge away from them on the road in Tampa, like it's major, dog. It just shows you what level mentally this team is playing on right now. These guys are playing on a highly different level because it's nothing like we've seen before where they're having fun and everybody just looks focused. Like, I'm here to do my job. You know what I mean? Like, I saw a post the other day where, every night they let one of the guys stay the starting 5, right? Or who's going to be on the ice and who's playing goalie. Bro, at least 6 of the times that I've seen that video, the guy saying it goes, Barkov, Lindquist, this guy. Let's go. Let's get to work. And it's not like, oh, we got Johnny playing left wing and we got right. No. These guys are focused. And I think that's just, in hockey, it gives you an edge because it gives you a belief and it gives you a complete team that is really focused on one goal, winning, and then moving on to the next thing, winning, moving on to the next thing, winning, moving on to the next thing. That's what it takes for these guys. And yeah, I find it exciting because I like to see our teams winning, dog. And when the Panthers are winning, they're winning games and it's exciting hockey, dog. So if you don't watch it, you're really missing out. Not because I tell you, because we're missing out on a team that is really solidifying itself in the NHL as one of those teams that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, well, they're sitting at first in the power rankings right now, but even more impressive, bro, setting franchise records, bro. This is the Florida Panthers set team record with 11th road win in a row, bro.
Let's go.
When's the last time any team like put up 11 wins in a row on the road? Yeah, you can have 11 at home. We always talked about the Dolphins road home record, right?
Right.
They usually have played well, maybe not this season, but historically play well at home. Dude, to put up 11 in a row on the road, dog, that's wild.
Wild, man. Joel, with the expectation to win, right? Because it's not like these guys are surprising somebody and they're like some Cinderella team coming out from the bottom. No. These guys are like, hey, we're up here. We know we have a target on our chest and our back, and we're still coming out here to do the business. I know I say it a lot, man, and we definitely watch, dog. Maybe not as much as we should be, but I really feel like South Florida has to get behind this Panthers team right now, dog. There's a reason why I'm wearing the shirt. There's a reason why you're wearing the hat, dog. These guys are a successful franchise,
on
dog.
the wagon, just jump on it right now.
And it doesn't even have to be bandwagon, dog, because honestly, you just want to see a franchise down here doing its thing, dog. And
winning.
And when it's happening, it feels great. But guess what, bro? It doesn't last that long. Everything has its ups and downs. So you got to jump on it while it's hot, man. I
hope it lasts a little longer, dog. We got the Senators tonight. Yep. At home, so the road, streak is not in jeopardy, but still, we recently had a home loss to the Flyers in the midst of all this winning, so that's the one loss that I wish we had back, but I think we'll bounce back. We'll have a good game, good outing against the Senators, and then we got to go on the road again, against the Hurricanes.
But I think that I don't think that shit phases this Panthers team right now.
No, of course not, right? Bro.
And it's not the streak. What were you going to say?
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it's not the streak. It's the fact of how they're playing to get the results, right? Yeah. The results come out by themselves. Yeah, it's just how they're playing.
It just coincidentally happens that this is the stat that has been generated off of their vibe right now. I think it's Kachuk, bro. Kachuk right now is playing out of his. How many times have we called him out?
A lot.
And now he's doing it all. In that last game, he had 2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah.
He's really playing to the level that we saw him play last year in the playoffs before he got hurt.
Look how crazy it is, Joel, that guy was not in the top 5 in points for this team, right? At the All-Star break.
Right.
He was not in the top 5 to being second on the team, only behind Reinhardt, because obviously he has a shit ton of goals. He has a 39. But look, you mentioned assist. Kachuk is that guy that he has the puck and everybody's looking at. My dog has dished out 44 of them things so far this season. So we talked about it, like he's found his rhythm.
Yeah.
Verhaeghe found his rhythm. He has 30 goals on the season. Like, these guys are finding the rhythm. You're like, okay, boys, everybody knows what their job is.
Yeah.
And when we're on the ice, this is what we're going to do. And this is the level that we're playing at. Cool, break. And not every team, dog, even though they're professionals, they're getting paid millions of dollars, all this shit, bro. It's hard to compete against guys who are the best of the best every single night and bring it, dog. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. There's a reason why these guys work out like crazy. There's a reason why these guys do off-season training like crazy, because it's physically exhausting. It's hard, dog.
There's a reason they don't play for minutes on end. They have to come off the ice every so often.
Right.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting, dog. So for you to be able to carry an energy like that throughout a game, dog, not only for yourself, but for 20 other guys, dog, on an ice on any given night, you have something that other teams don't have, which allow you to creep up and really challenge these, let's call it, elite old school franchises that the NHL has, right? And saying, yo, we want in on that. We want to be considered one of these teams. We want to be considered one of the greats. All it takes is a cup, dog. One cup, and everybody has to take this team extra serious, dog.
We've been knocking, dog. We've been knocking. You know what scares me though is what's the timeline? I know certain players we do have for we still have locked in for a little while, but there's some guys that we are a deep team, but there's some guys that their time's running out with us. You know what I mean? So like how big is that window still for us? And I think this is the year, bro. Like, this is the year where the Panthers have to be Stanley Cup champions. Yeah, especially after being so close last year, right? Making the finals and being able to compete on that stage. And the year before that, where we actually won our first playoff game
and made a run to the Eastern Conference.
Well, we got off to the next, but it's been little progressions. It's like, what's the next one? We got to win the big. We got to win the cup.
And to answer your question, dog, if I had to answer, I think it would be another year and a half. Including this year, another year and a half, right? Where the window is like championship. That's the window that we're working with. Thankfully, we still have a guy like Verhaeghe, Reinhardt, and even Kachuk. These are guys that are, if not are in their primes right now, that still have 2-3 years left of prime, are getting into their prime in Kachuk's case, right? And we also have some younger guys that are contributing. But the biggest key is Big Bob. You know what I mean? That's a dude who's on the other side of 30. Not necessarily the youngest guy in the locker room, right? Like, how long can he keep up that elite level? Because we've seen some amazing goalies, dog. And I'm talking about like amazing goalies, right? That we can probably look up and be like, yeah, that guy was a killer because we know his name, right? It's hard when you're in your 40s. It's hard when you're in your 39s, 38s to still be an elite goalie in hockey, when everybody else is around you so much faster and so much stronger, right? Can he do it? I don't know. I don't know too much about hockey like that. But the betting odds would say it'd probably be harder for Big Bob to keep going at this level for as long as he can go, right? For another 3 years, let's say. Agree. So, yeah, I think the window is definitely 2 years, if not under, right? Including this year. But yeah, I think this is the year that they can break the schneid.
This is it, man. This is it. The year we're prime.
This team is locked in.
We're looking good. We're in mid-season, if not playoff form, and we're just kind of making sure we stay healthy at this point. You know, keep everything operating the way it's operating, and let's just keep everybody healthy. Give guys days off where they need them. I hope Coach Maurice, does this thing and keeps the guys motivated and focused. Because we just want to continue this high level of play all the way through May and June, through the playoffs.
For sure. Yeah. three important games coming up. Let's see if they can continue this win streak, dog, and keep it rolling, dog. Get crazy. That would be like an 8-game win streak. Let's say if they win all 3 games. That would be the second time in the last 3 months that they put off a win streak of 7 or more games. Like, yeah.
From now to the next time we get together, or well, I don't know, because next week,
let's see.
I'll be traveling.
That's
I'll
right.
be
That's
out of
right.
town. But from now to next week, they're gonna have 3 games. So
let's see.
One of them's on the road. They can continue that road streak.
Let's do it. Let's do it. If there's a team that they can do it,
Capitals.
If there's a team that can do it,
it's the Panthers.
It's the Panthers. Vamos Gatos. UFC 298, dog. That shit was a banger, man. That shit was a banger, dog. And if you watched it like I did, dog, you definitely got your money's worth, or no money's worth if you didn't pay to watch it. But you got to see some amazing fucking fights, man. You got to see some amazing fights. Most impressively, or most notably, Volkanovski, man. He went down and lost to Ilia Topuria, the Spaniard, and he got knocked out. The way he got knocked out was sick too, because Ilya had been talking shit, just bragging about like, man, I'm gonna knock you out. You're the old guard. Shit is changing. It's a wrap for you. All this, and Alexander actually came to the press conference, to the main one right before the fight, dressed as an old man, dog. Like he had the whole costume, the gray hair, the hat, glasses, the whole 9, dog. But yeah, Ilya was not talking shit, dog, because he hit him with a nasty ass combo, dog, and knocked him out and folded him pretty much. You know what I mean? And the worst part about it, dog, is now that Joe Rogan put that thought in my head of like, once you get knocked out, especially in MMA, right? Or in BKFC, like we've seen in person, once you get knocked out, like cold knocked out, like you wake up and you're like, hey, what happened here? Yeah, dog, you're going to be affected for the rest of your professional career. It's going to be bad, dog. And like I said, when Ilya hit him with that speed combo, there was no chance that Volkanovski was going to fucking survive that, dog, because he had just been gotten knocked out, took a fight on short notice, and now he's taking another fight to kind of prove himself against a guy who's hits so much harder than he does. Yeah, man. It's tough.
It sucks because Volk is such an elite fighter, bro. Like it's we've seen this time and time again, bro. I don't know why. We just always see it. And for me, at least, I fall in love with these guys.
Yeah.
Pause. But like, I just always think like, nah, no shot. You know what I mean? It happened with Connor or with Nate or, with Nick or, what's his face? Izzy, Adesanya. You know what I mean? Like, you just think like these guys are untouchable and then they get rocked and they get rocked again. And then you're like, damn, they're like the older version, the younger version was never going to allow it to happen. Like, and now, shit changes, bro. That's the changing of the guard, Volkanovski is going to be probably, calling it quits pretty soon.
He's going to go down as one of the greatest. He's going to go down as one of the greatest featherweights of all time, obviously, right? Because his reign was that long, dog, where he defended that belt forever once he got it. But yeah, dog, this is a young man's game, dog. And the younger you are, the better chance you have of lighting somebody up and knocking somebody out, dog. And Ilya caught him, dog. Ilya caught him. And look, he even called out McGregor. After the fight, he was like, McGregor, if you want to get off your ass and get your ass beat, I'll be in Spain waiting. It's like, yeah, obviously this guy will fuck McGregor up right now, dog. But I think McGregor's on another path. He's trying to get heavier, whatever. There was one fight that really stuck out to me, dog, which was the knockout of the night, in my opinion, dog. It was in the light heavyweight division. It was on the prelims. Actually, the first of the prelims. It was Zhang Mingyang versus Brendan Hibeiro. Dog, these two dudes came out swanging. Not swinging, swanging at each other, dog. Bro, just trying to fucking put each other out, dog. And what's funny is that in the first round, this fight ended in the first round, right? Zhang was known as the knockout guy. And Brenson was coming in like as the guy who was going to show him that power in the light heavyweight division as a real test. And bro, Brenson was lighting him up. I think he broke his nose and was like just rocking him, dog. And then like when the 2-minute mark hit, bro, Zhang woke up and was like, oh, we're in a fight. Who? Bro, he hit him so hard, Joel, that his forward momentum stopped. He folded, right? You got to look up that knockout. He folded, and as he fell, he's out, right? And Zhang's flexing, doing his thing. And as the referee's like holding the guy, Brenson wakes up, and Brayson's like, what are you doing? But like, why you have me down here? He's like, no, it's okay. You've been knocked out. He's like, no, I haven't. He's like, yeah, dog. Bro, all brutal.
What was
brutal. Zhang Ming Yang versus Brenson Ribeiro. Yeah, that was a rough knockout to see, dog, because again, these guys are 205ers, dog. These are big boys. They're probably each weighing 215 that night. And yeah, you know, whenever you get knocked out like that shit hurts, dog. And I think that those are one of those knockouts, especially in that division, where if you do get knocked out, it's gonna take a toll on your career, dog. Like, there's just no way for you to bounce back that, dog. Like, there's just no way, dog. There's just no way for you to bounce back from that. And I think that's what happened to Volk, dog. Volk got knocked out his previous fight, got knocked out of his and it was like, yeah, it's bound to happen again, dog.
Tony Ferguson, bro. Like
Tony Ferguson, another dude, dog.
Like, you're done.
Another dude. But yeah, you know, Cejudo, he was fighting that night too. He lost. He was fighting against Merab Dvalishvili, who, crazily enough, dog, I didn't know this until today. He trained with Aljamain Sterling before the fight for 3 rounds, a full like sparring workout, like a full fight.
Before the fight?
Before the fight. And then he went out there and fucking
bold.
Dish ragged Cejudo, dog. Dish ragged him. Cejudo didn't even stay for that interview after the fight, dog. He got bounced. Like, I'm out of here. So I'm thinking he's probably going to retire. But yeah, I think Merab really showed why he's going to be the next fucking champ. Oh, look at the knockout. Put it up.
I think that was it right there, yeah.
That was it. Put it back. Let the people see it, dog.
Let's go all the way back. Boom.
Boom.
Bottom of the left.
Rocked him, dog. Go to sleep.
Just
yeah, I mean, me.
Hammer fist,
dog. Hammer fist. Yeah.
Go ahead, little do.
Yeah, dog. And that's that sport, bro. It just sucks. I would hate that shit to happen to me, man. That's why I don't fight.
Yeah, me neither.
That's
yeah, a lot of those fights went to decision, including that Cejudo fight.
Yeah, it went to decision, but he got dominated. The Paul Whitaker versus Paulo Costa fight was actually really good. I was kind of surprised that Robert Whitaker won it. I don't know if he landed as much damage as Costa, but it was a great fight, and I hope that they do it again. You know what I mean? I just don't think that Whitaker's ready to take that belt from anybody, dog. I don't think he's ready to take that belt from anybody, if I'm being honest with you, dog. But UFC 299 is coming down here in March, bro. We got the Sugar Show coming down here. It's going to be fun, bro. Carlos Vera versus fucking Sean O'Malley, man.
You're going to be out there?
Nope. Nope. I had my fun at the fucking Masvidal fight. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's dope. If it would have been UFC 300, probably, right? Just because what's on that card, Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill just got announced, light heavyweight championship. Nice. That's going to be a fucking amazing fight. Yeah, bro, those are the fights that, like, now I want to see, right? Like, I want to see the big time of the big time fights.
Sure.
You know, and we still got to do that boxing event at some point, you know, in Vegas and catch a big one out there.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, that'll be dope, man. Quick, I want to get your thoughts on the Genesis Open Invitational this weekend, how they ended out. Oh,
man, Tiger Woods.
Shout out to Matsuyama.
Tiger Woods had to withdraw, unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
Flu-like symptoms.
I heard they jumped that kid from In-N-Out, dog.
Yeah, I would have. Oh, God, I would have. I heard Phil Mickelson sent him.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Nah, man. It was a dope finish, man. It took a guy on Sunday, you know, who wasn't even at the top of the leaderboard, going 9 under.
Yeah.
To come out of nowhere and just beat everybody. Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah.
Who's a former Masters champion. You know, is a really good golfer in his own respect. But yeah, he like the guys that were in the top. You know, the Nick Taylors, the Xander Schauffele's, the Patrick Cantlays, the Will Zalatoris's. Like, everybody had their money on them, and nobody saw Matsuyama, you know, coming.
Which is crazy because I told you outside that I put $3 on him, right, on the app, and I was like, plus 450, let's get it, you know, and let's see what happens. Get some little extra betting change for the rest of the weekend. But what really impressed me is how his round collectively progressed. You know what I mean? Guy started out his final round with 3 straight birdies, like immediately putting himself in the competition, and then after that, just stayed away from bogeys. Everybody else would find a bogey here and there, and this dude was just parring it out and hitting really good shots and hitting really good putts. So yeah, it's good to see him get back to that high level of golf, because I think that he really could have beat anybody that day. I really think he could have beat anybody that day. The way that he was driving was really good. I think he only had 1 drive on the back 9 that went like wayward left. Other than that, dude was finding the fairway a bunch. And just giving himself opportunities, bro. You know, that's the biggest thing. We talk about it all the time in golf, man, right? How do you limit your misses? How do you give yourself the best opportunity? Matsuyama was doing that, bro. And Zalatoris too, bro. He played ahead of the last round, man. It's crazy to see how far that kid's game has come, right? Where he can compete with the guys like Matsuyama, the guys who fucking won, like you said, Masters and fucking PGA championships, and compete with those guys and really find yourself in the top 5, top 10, and playing well, bro. You know, because until you win your first major, you gotta put yourself in that position, right, where you're finishing in the top 5, finishing in the top 10, and getting closer and getting closer. So yeah, I think that was a real good day for Zalatoris too, man. As far as his confidence goes, bro, he played well.
And he also lost somebody. I don't know if you had mentioned that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think he had said he had lost. I don't know if it was a relative. I think it might have been before the tournament. So
perseverance,
to be able to just go out there and still play, and then not only play but like compete and be in that mix at the end. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
pretty dope.
No, it just shows you how focused you can be, right, when you're really locked in on something, dog. And his game portrayed that, dog. Like he really hit some amazing fucking 5 irons, some 6 irons.
I'm happy he, even though I hate the putter he's using, I'm happy he switched to it because his putting has gotten better.
It's worked, bro. You gotta. Hey, what did we talk about to start the show that we're gonna end the show with, dog? You got to find the equipment that works right for you, bro. It may not look the prettiest. It may not look, appealing to other people. But if it works for you, bro, and you're getting results, stick to it, man. And that's what we're doing here on Sports for Social, dog. We're sticking to it by telling you to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
To tell another friend.
To tell everybody they know.
To go hit that subscribe button if they haven't already. Make sure you guys have your notifications on. That way you guys get notified when we drop exclusive things like this episode and those stickers right there. Your boy's going to be posting them on Instagram, so hit me up if you want one, and we'll get them out to you, man. Until next time, peace.